All set?
Ready?
Set, go.
Oh boy, hold on.
Action.
Cut. The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items marked on the agenda, public comment. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or a comment for the supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Thank you, Danielle. I'd like to start the meeting off with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our brave men and women fighting all over the world for democracy and freedom. Thank you. We have to make any agenda about the Democrats with the train station.
You want to put that on the...
We could add it, I guess, or just.
I wanted to add one thing too.
Or just put it on there. Oh, no, I guess, yeah,
Just add it to the new
Make
workshop.
amendment to the agenda.
I just wanted to add one item to the workshop topics regarding a grant for cultural resource inventory. I wanted to bring that up.
You want to make that
put it
amendment?
on.
Yes, I would like to make an amendment to the agenda under workshop topics and add section H, cultural resource inventory grant.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Cultural resource inventory grant?
Cultural Resource Inventory Grants.
Right.
And also, we want to add about the waiver for the train station for, what was that, February 7th?
Do you have a letter from them? Why don't you just do it as...
We didn't. It was a last minute today
But it was a letter, right?
request.
So
No,
you
it
can
was just
Oh,
their
it was okay.
application.
I figured it was a
And
letter. You just
Yeah,
read
we'll
it.
just put it
I
on.
wasn't sure what the process was going to be, so I
All right.
just let her know not to worry about a letter. We'll
Put it
talk
on.
about it. Yeah, okay. Under what would you like to put it under?
H...
Workshop topics.
Okay.
Workshop
The last
topic,
one
it would be
was
I.
Letter I.
Yes. Yep. We'll go through them pretty fast.
Yeah, there's not a lot on it.
So, having a motion to amend the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None said. Motion carried. Motion to approve the agenda with the amendments.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Motion to approve minutes from the January 14th, 2019 Town Board meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes from the 2014, January 14, 2019 Town Board meeting.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None being said, motion carried. Authorize payments of bills in the amount of $333,300.99. Motion to pay the bills.
Yes, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None being said, we'll pay the bills. Number 6, presentation. We have Mr. Schroeder and Mr. McDougall here from the American Legion. Gentlemen?
Watch, it's there, Steve.
Take it easy.
Good evening. The 1919, 100 years ago, the American Legion was established in Marlborough. It was named the Charles W. Vibey Post. In 1918, he had died in the English Channel. He's buried in the cemetery across from the Marlborough Library. Got his fellow veterans, George Burroughs and Elio Swopo, also died in World War I. The World War I monument in front of the King Street and Route 9W intersection honors the Marlborough soldiers. And the American Legion wants to request that that intersection be named Veterans Triangle. This year, 2019, being the 100th anniversary of that monument being put in place. And we are also preparing a photo that will show the soldiers from World War I that were at that dedication of the monument. They were all dressed in their World War I uniforms, and we're hoping that the photo could be displayed in the town hall. So the request tonight is that the triangle, King Street and Route 9W, where there's the World War I monument, be named Veterans Triangle. We place this request before the town board.
Now, is that something the town has to go through? Is there any petitions or anything that we have to do, or is it a letter from the supervisor and the board
Does it
to
go up
your
to,
board, or?
does it go up to Albany? Do we have actually going to put a sign there that it's called that? I mean, I don't know how exactly you want to do that.
You know what the
You would be
process
able
is?
to, that would be really nice, but as long as we designate it as the World War I Veterans Triangle would be.
We have no problem. I just want to know what the procedure is.
Yeah, so the whole thing is, I mean, I don't think we're opposed to that.
Right.
Okay?
But what would it be the American Legion that has to go through the procedure of renaming that piece of property, that triangle?
What do, like in this historical place, do they put it?
You're asking for that whole triangle, not just,
Where the monument
is.
Where the monument
Was it kind of
starts.
like what we did on Old Indian Road? And they got the plaque, the Old Indian Trail, it's got a sign.
Yeah, we could put one of those up. I don't know if it's necessary to do that, but that'd be
Yeah, that would be,
at the choice of the town board.
So I would say that we have no problem with renaming the triangle, is that correct, Ward?
It's actually just naming it. It
And
hasn't been named yet.
just
Yeah.
name it, and whatever you want to do,
as long as it's in the records that it,
yeah.
so named,
Yeah, so, I would make a motion that, we, change the King, is it like on King Street and 9W?
Yeah, that
The
works fine,
corner
yeah.
center there,
I don't
know
know
where the
the
library
It's
is.
just naming it, it's not
Yeah.
changing any names that
Yeah,
are
it's
there.
it's named, it wasn't named before.
that we change it to Veterans Triangle?
That we call it Veterans
Name it.
Triangle.
Yeah,
Yes.
World War I Veterans Triangle.
World War I Veterans Triangle. So, I make that motion,
I'll second it.
all in favor? And you guys just, if you want a plaque or you need any help from the town as far as writing a letter to, it belongs to the town, so I don't see how far it has to go. I mean, I
A
think
little
we're
small
good.
Okay.
plaque on there like they have at the,
Yeah.
Yeah, like we did with
It's up to
Partington
you.
and.
right.
Yeah,
And then you
something
have
like-
if you look at like the cemeteries, over 100 years old, they have those little
Something
historical.
like that would be ideal.
Yep.
maybe
Good to
the,
go.
All right?
maybe the towns, or
Thank
the,
you.
The parade's in Milton?
The parade this year is in Marlborough.
Marlborough.
Milton's right now.
It's Sunday, May 26th. And it will be, we'll be celebrating 100 years as an American Legion in the town of Marlborough.
You guys figured the theme
Just
out?
X that out.
Same one as last year.
Yeah, it'd be,
That was 100 years fighting.
yes, 100 years celebration or centennial, something to that effect.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
if you wanted to put
We've also booked the town park on June 8th, that's a Saturday, and then we're going to have a meal, and we're still putting plans together exactly who the invites are going to go out to.
All right. Make sure that you just let us know so we could put it on our website.
Okay, good, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for
just
serving.
a suggestion, maybe if you want to put up a sign, maybe you could ask the businesses right in that triangle to donate towards that sign. There are a number of businesses in that triangle, the bank. being
Yeah, I'm not sure if the sign is appropriate.
Some kind of marker.
At this time, we haven't really determined that we need a sign. If the town board would like us to put a sign up, we'll definitely put one up.
That's
Okay.
fine. Leave it up
Because
to
there is a business right there, and I don't know, we'd have to kind of figure that out.
Just
the
let Mr.
sensitivity.
Khan know that we're doing this.
Why did that
Okay.
actually go there
Thanks.
Principal spot in the town, I don't know.
at the time?
Any comments on the agenda? Yes, James, come on on.
Have it out
Because we have the big one right in front of the school, it would make more sense, more property.
Yeah,
But at some point in time, who knows if they ever widen roads,
yeah,
that might get worked out.
yeah.
Just one very simple suggestion. A lot of people, when they look through the agenda, you finish an item, they look to the next item. I think maybe you should think about taking item 2 and tacking it onto item 1 and moving everything up, and that way it will flow a little bit smoother. I think that would be
Talking about
appropriate in the future.
scrolling?
What are we doing?
You talking about scrolling the screen up? Is that
No,
what
no, I'm talking about on the agenda, having item 1 include at the end, moment of silence.
Oh, okay.
I mean, don't have 1 and 2,
Well, all the other ones will move up.
I know what you're
That's all. Thank you.
because it's part of the pledge.
Gotcha.
It's been like that for...
Holy
Okay, any new business?
Well, a lot of our new business is on the,
All right,
Thanks,
Tom, be
Tom.
careful, thank you.
Safe trip.
a lot of new businesses on workshop.
Yeah,
topics, so-
all the workshop topics. All right, let's go through the workshop topics. Item 9, CSX, we had that, I thought it was very successful. We had the judge here from DOT, the lawyer from DOT, Donna Hintz, Gregory Hart, the gentleman from the railroad station, railroad, CSX. So I thought it went very well,
Doing
right?
good. I thought it went well.
It was,
I can't see how we
everybody
won't
was pretty
Move forward.
cordial to each other. I think a lot of people were surprised. I think everybody was on the same page too, even the CSX guy. So,
And I even heard the DOT guy say, we would pay for something. I don't know what he's gonna pay for, but
Yeah.
he said we would pay for it.
well, the whole thing, if we move it where the existing at-grade crossing is, we move it 25 feet south and do all the connections, all the electronic stuff to make it as safety, that DOT will actually take care of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what amount, but I know that CSX will be responsible for setting up all the electronics.
It's in there
So-
right away.
So we have to wait 60 days for the judge
50
to make her
days for the
determination.
judge to make their decision. So
Okay.
hopefully,
The youngest judge I ever seen,
yeah.
Very,
very young.
Councilman Corcoran had a suggestion about the printer. I mean, to me, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I sent you guys the information on this. Instead of going out and getting these small copier, printer, faxers that we keep buying, I contacted Apex, which is our printer copier contract that we currently have on some of our lease agreements. I met with Chris Garrison, and he said we could add on another, it's the same exact one we have here downstairs for $80. Includes all the toner, ink, maintenance, setup, everything. So currently we spend, what was it, around $1,200 to $1,400 a
Yeah,
year in cartridges.
Toner's expensive.
$1,245.
$1,245 we spent last year on cartridges
Ink
alone.
cartridge, yeah.
So for, what was it, $960, we could get a lease agreement. So that's what I'm proposing. Chris said all he's got to do is get you guys to say, you approve, and then he just adds it to our current contract. So
Meaning Chris
Chris Garrison.
Garrison.
He just updates the contract to add this copier, and he says it usually takes a few days to get it here. So
You want to
I'll
make
make
that
a
motion?
motion that we add this copier, printer, scanner to the assessor's office for the $80 per month onto our lease.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
I make a motion to remove item B from workshop topics.
Second.
Motion to remove item B, printer for assessor's office. So you got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. I met with John Alongi and Gail Appler. They had a suggestion of, on Du Bois Street, to put sidewalks there. There's 3 telephone poles. We don't know where the row is, so I contacted our Mr. Hall,
Surveyor.
the surveyor, and he gave us a quote, and it's, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SBLs that they would have to research, survey and map, and it would be a cost of $5,450. This would be picked up by the $250,000 Sidewalk grant from Frank Scartatos. I don't know, what's your
What is
opinion?
this? I don't, what, by Du Bois Street, there's
Yep.
a utility
It
pole.
goes, when you go down to Du Bois Street and you hit 9W,
Yep.
there's 3 utility poles on the north side. We had a meeting with Central Hudson. They want to move 2 of them, still keep them on the north side, and 1 by Mayhan's where those big trees are.
Right near the
So
corner.
you didn't have to disturb the trees. Move it to the right. So it would be to do the SBLs on both sides of Du Bois Street, to put sidewalks on one side. The side would be on the north
The
side,
north side? Yeah, probably.
and we connect to, make a nice loop, because
So the
with 15
$5,000 is mainly for the walkway, more than, the poles are being done by Central Hudson.
Yeah, right, this is for the survey.
It's part of the grant, why, yeah.
We have the money.
Okay, so I need a motion to do that.
I'll move that, make that motion.
In the amount of $5,450.
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Corcoran. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Opposed? So moved.
I also make a motion to remove C from workshop topics. Du Bois Street proposal for utility pole
Second.
removal and...
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. The next one is a salt storage roof. We just received our last quote. I'd like to meet with Tom Corcoran and Alan Koenig and whoever would like to meet and go over, I think we have 5 quotes,
yeah.
and establish
They're all
a quote
kind
for
of
next meeting, do a resolution to move forward.
The only thing I'd ask is when I talked to Jeff, who did some of our work, he says in that one quote, he says he uses Owens Corning, which is a very higher quality
Right.
shingle. The CF, the other shingles and some of them that were quoted, he says they're about the same price, but they're much lower quality than his shingles. So we just want to make sure
Definitely.
we're comparing apples to apples and that they're actually, I think we should go with that type of brand. That's all I would ask.
Okay.
So, but yeah, whatever comes out.
Tommy will be back, what, next Monday?
Yeah,
She's
probably.
away.
Next week, yeah.
So we'll just leave D there and we'll address that at the next meeting. Transferring money, we talked about taking $50,000 from our fund balance and putting it into our building fund, because our building fund has about $86,000. There's
Yeah.
a few things we want to do. If the board's all right, I'll write a resolution for that, for the next meeting.
I'd make the motion that we do that we
Transfer the money.
transfer 50,000 from our fund balance to our building fund balance.
So,
I'll second
Councilman
that.
Corcoran made the motion,
second.
second by Councilman Malinelli. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
So we can remove that too, can't we?
Let's,
Well,
no,
we
let's
can
keep
do
it
the
on
rest.
here
Hold that
because
until
we're
we're
gonna do
done.
it next
We
week.
gotta do a real resolution.
Okay.
So we got a proposal from Mr. Zambito on the snow and ice removal at Tomback. I guess it's, the way I understand it, talking to Dave, it's $100 per storm. And this would be after the storm is over, go there and shovel everything, several, all the sidewalks that connect doors. And if we had to put any salt down, it'd be an extra $50.
Yep.
So,
Probably gonna put salt.
the only thing, would it be at our discretion when to go to do it, or?
I think
mean,
any
you could
storm.
slip and slide
any
on an inch of
storm, yeah.
snow, I don't.
I think basically what he said, right, is any storm, right? So whatever storm we have, they're gonna go there and
Yep.
clear it. So,
I'm not gonna do it till,
I think it's a good thing. I don't think we're gonna get anything cheaper. I think that was pretty good price.
It's reasonable.
Especially-
Reasonable.
And it's gonna even out. Some storms
I
are
mean,
gonna
even
be,
if we went and hired somebody, I think at this point,
get 5 doors and.
eh,
We'll go through this business, and then you could come up and,
so, yeah, I think I would be okay with that. I mean,
I'm
sounded
okay with that.
reasonable.
you want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion that we accept Mr. Zambito's quote.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. So we could take F off if you like.
Oh, yeah, to remove F, snow and ice removal at Tomback.
Make sure we tell Dave right away, because tomorrow will be his
I'll
first
see him
day.
tomorrow, I'll see him tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I give him a call.
Yeah, you can- I'll run into him.
Yeah,
Okay,
right, tomorrow.
so, we did the motion on that. Councilman Baker, you want to talk about removal of tires?
Yes, as you know, we have 6,000, I wish we had six. We have $1,000 in our budget for removal of tires. And I think what Larry, I've been talking to Larry about this, and he would like to, and I think he's talked to the vendor, they would like to come up there with a truck and do it all in one shot and get as many tires as they could with the empty truck, I think is what he's saying. And he's requesting that we increase it to $2,000 from the $1,000 we have in the budget now. That's my understanding, so.
$2,000 can get.
Now, how much would he get, how much would he remove, do we know how much would be removed?
I knew you were going to ask that. It's either 330 or 660. I'm reading his email, I'm not sure. So let me research that and get you the,
How much would it, I mean, have we got a price from this gentleman, what it would
To
cost
take
get
care of
rid
all of them?
everything in one shot?
we can go back and do that.
I mean, I know we've been down this road a couple of times.
We have, yeah.
And we're talking about maybe fixing up that shed and getting things
Yeah.
fixed. I think we just gotta bite the bullet here and probably get rid,
Well,
I mean,
let me do some research and we'll come back with a.
but I would
Full.
be definitely open to that, Howard.
Probably
I
not gonna
think-
do it till it's warmer anyway, right?
Right.
I think we should just bite the bullet and get rid of these things.
Full erection.
I agree with Scott.
Okay.
It reaches into the ground, all that
Yep.
stuff, so we don't want,
Right.
It's leashed there long enough.
I mean, I know one of the problems when we first looked at it that one time is a lot of them still have the rims on them.
Apparently, this guy will take them with the rims on them too, so that maybe you want, he said, and he would even take the tires with rims,
That's
so.
good.
Anyway,
Who took them
I will,
last time, Howard?
it'll make
Do you
them very happy, what?
remember? Who took them last time?
I don't remember the name, this is the same guy he's talking to. Empire, called Empire
I think
Tire?
that was- Yeah, I think that was the people.
Yeah, that
Some
was-
guy named Paul at Empire?
I think I just get a price for the whole shebang. and
Okay, we'll do that, no problem.
say-
He sells them to the recycling.
Thank you.
So you'll get back to us?
Yep.
Councilman Baker?
And then the next item, I think, is, the next item is the new item?
Yep.
Yeah, and that has to do with, I call it a cultural resource inventory. I'm not sure if that's the right term. It's historical resource inventory. We found out a month or so ago that there's grant money available to do, sort of like we did the scenic resource inventory, do something similar for historic buildings or historic places in our town. And Matt Kierstad and myself have had a couple of conversations. Today we had a phone call with the woman who oversees the Preservation New York, who gives out these grants, and she was very supportive and very encouraging for us to go after a grant that would enable us to do an inventory of our historic resources in our town. Now, the maximum amount of the grant is $10,000. We'd have to match it 20%, but that's all to be determined. I just wanted you guys to know about this and your approval to just go to the next step, which would be to go out and get some bids on what it would cost to do something like this. So then if we decide to go forward, we could put that amount into the grant.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay. I think,
Do you need a resolution from the town board to move forward?
we haven't spent any money yet, so I'm not sure what the rules are on that, but if you want to, that's fine.
I think you just go out and.
Yeah,
see what it
let me
would
get to
cost
three.
first.
I think I need to get 3 quotes, right? That's
Yeah, just get three quotes.
3 written quotes and we're good. Okay.
Because you're, like you said, you're gonna need that for a grant request anyway, right?
Yes, yes.
A lot of grants would like to see the board be on.
Yeah, then we'll make a vote once.
Okay. And then, related to that, I did get the scenic resource inventory report today from George. I just got it before I came here. I'll forward that to you. It's still a work in progress. I don't think he's completely satisfied with that everything is perfectly done in it. I don't know if it ever will be perfectly done, but I'll send it to you guys. You can look at it and comment on it, and I'll feed those back to George at Cornell. He's in Rome this semester, teaching a course in Rome, so don't feel too sorry for him, so we can pile the work on.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Okay?
And I think the last added amendment was the train station. Democrats would like to use it for the February the 7th, is it?
On February
a forum
7th
for
from
the-
6:30 to 9:30.
Ex-
The purpose is for, I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but
Choosing somebody
choosing a candidate for Ulster County Executive.
Right.
I think we're gonna, I
So-
think they're gonna have, is that where the three candidates are gonna come and
Yeah.
meet with?
Yeah.
So it's open,
Oh,
it's open
like
to
a
the
meet and
public.
greet kind of thing? It is,
Yes,
yes.
yeah, mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a, they're gonna,
So this is considered a civic non-for-profit, so there'd be no fee, correct? So are we still doing letter to the town board? Are we not doing that if we all know it's a civic non-for-profit?
The waiver should be in front of the town board
Yeah.
just to
At
make
all,
sure
still,
that
that it is a group
unfortunately
that,
this was put in a little too late.
I
Okay.
should give a formal request.
Yeah, formal
To the
request
board.
in writing, so, I don't know, it's up to the board. I got a conflict of interest.
right, right.
yeah, and so do I. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we could consider your email the request on
Right.
their behalf,
That's what I
but,
figured we could do, because
I
if
don't
it were
think Al and I
tomorrow,
should-
that's what we'd have to do anyway, because it's
Yeah.
before the next town board meeting, so it's,
I mean, look, they're a
Kinda what I figured.
non-for-profit, it's a public organization, you know. I don't have,
I have no problem.
there's no problem with it.
I did let them know to
I make a
just-
motion that
they
they,
would need
allow to use
insurance,
it.
just,
Yep.
and the $100 like
Anybody
any
else,
other.
same thing anyone else has?
Yeah,
So-
I make a
Explain that there's no
motion
food,
that
they'll
they
give you
allowed to
meat
use
and
it
other
at no
stuff, yeah.
fee because, again, it's a
Sorry.
non-for-profit organization. That's what it's there for.
Okay, you got a second by
I'll second it.
Councilman Malinelli. Why don't you third it?
There's a list of stuff there, right? for that.
all in favor?
Isn't there a list of like, the food and all that kind of stuff for that room, so they know what they can and can't do in there?
Yeah, there's all
Yeah,
rules
there's no
attached
food,
to
it's
the
gonna just be a
application, yep.
forum with
It's just a
three
forum.
Yeah.
candidates.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
So
All right.
I abstain.
We're good.
okay.
2 out of 4 voted yes.
Dave, you already got approved. You can go home. Make sure you're there tomorrow. No.
Just going back out on that historic survey grant, we did talk to the town historical society, and they might be willing to donate something towards it, so we'll see how it goes. So we're trying to build some support also, so. Even,
So we can remove I from there too, correct? Since we
Yeah.
already proved
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So we'll move on I from new business. I like that
Cleaning
thing.
house.
just cleaning house today, huh?
We're going quick. Oh,
Second?
Just when you
Look
thought it
it.
was safe.
Who's second in the removal?
What happened?
Nothing happened, and you didn't touch it.
I didn't do
you
it.
didn't touch your screen quick enough, that's why.
Yeah, that's what happened.
There's another
when
wing,
we
yeah.
the CSX.
I hope not.
Hit the button. It'll come on, it's going in sleep mode.
There's the sign back on.
So we gotta change it where it doesn't go,
You just have
you know, where it doesn't
Touch
shut
it
off.
every 5 minutes.
The only thing that's left on the agenda is correspondence. And
Like I told Al, just keep touching the screen a couple times. We gotta put it like it, so it doesn't go into sleep
November, yeah.
for like 3